All right, Pat's just gonna unbox the EAG rock sliders. Where's your big knife? There's one.
This is going to get attached to the body.
Hardware. It's got you got your tool with you.
We got that.
All right.
Hi guys, welcome back to 5150. On today's episode, we're going to install these EAG rock sliders. These are going to go on a 99 Jeep XJ. These are built by EAG. Look like they're, they look pretty decent actually. They got some nice dimple dies here. Kind of a footrest or kind of a step. It does have these brackets here that tie into the unibody, which will mount here. It does tie into the quarter panels or the rocker panel down here. It does include the zert nuts that we'll have to put in that. So the kit will, the installation will require a 5/8, a 1/2 inch. It needs a 1/2 inch drill bit and a 7/16 drill bit. Here's our tools over here. We have our drill, we have our impact. You need a pin to mark it, and we're going to use a centering punch here when we mark for our zert fitting. So basically this goes in like this into the hole, and it helps center that. So hopefully that works for us to keep things aligned. There are two different brackets here. There's a front and a rear. So the shorter ones go towards the front here. The longer ones will go to the rear. So to start this with, the first thing you need to do is install these brackets, which will slide into here. We have 8 millimeters and 10 millimeters. This uses 10 millimeters that tie these brackets in. These 8 millimeters will tie into these zert nuts. It does come with the zert nut toolkit here. Just from experience, we usually double washer these. They come with one washer, but we use two just to help slip that. Makes it a little easier installing them. The directions look pretty detailed. Looks like it's 5 pages. We kind of just read through them briefly. So that's kind of talking about the zert nut there. So I don't know, we're going to probably put this as an install on a difficulties probably from a 1 to 10. What do you think, Patrick? We'll see, but we're thinking it's going to be around a 4.
4 or 5.
4 or 5. It depends on these. These are kind of a pain in the butt to do. And the trick is to get this all lined up so when you drill these holes that everything lines up. So those can be tricky at times. So we're going to go ahead and get this started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, Patrick's going to grab those brackets. And they're going to go in there like that. They're adjustable. So we're going to use the 10 millimeter. So we'll put a bolt, a washer on the back side, a washer, then a lock washer, then the nut. So we're pushing the threads into the center section of those mounts. So we have the access to the heads of the bolts on the outside. All right, so that's the longer bracket. That's going on the rear. So this is the passenger side. change. So we're repeating the same thing we did on the passenger side, doing it on the driver's side. Again, that's the short one. The long one will go back there. And that's the driver's rear. This is the longer bracket. So this will use all 16 of the 10mm bolts, and then everything else will get the Zert nuts. And we'll use Zert nuts on these where they tie in the unibody, and then we'll tie into the rocker rail panel. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to hold this up next to the Jeep. We're going to mark the holes on the side, and then we're going to drill out the 7/16 and start installing the Zert nuts.
Jack up. Go down. Up. Alright. So I'm going to line it up with this rear of the
I go with the dorsal.
Well, I'm going to line up with the rear of this fender, the inner fender, because you can't trim any more than that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So. What do you think? Because really, you can't trim any more up here.
Patrick's marking all the holes. Milwaukee Sharpie. Then we're going to go back with a centering punch. That was still on the vehicle. Okay, there you can see we marked all the round holes there, and we do put a drift center punch in it. Now we just got to drill them. I think we got to drill 14 of those. There's 14 on each side, 28 total. See, Patrick's just doing a pilot hole. Now we're at the 7/16 bit. Okay. Just gonna deburr it a little bit. It just helps seating the Zert nut in there a little flusher and making sure it sits flush. Just gonna wipe it down a little bit. Down on the lower rocker.
got the.
Put all your bolts in first.
Yeah, you want to put all your bolts in first before you tighten everything up. And Petra's working on the back side right now.
Wouldn't be a bad idea in the future. Take a piece of that, clamp it to that, attach it to the pinching as well. It'll be decently strong. And then weld these up. You just want to make sure the height.
All right, once you stand on it, see how it does. Okay, looks like they're gonna work out good. All right, Patrick's just really torquing everything down right now. Making sure everything's nice and tight. All right, guys, just finished up the Cherokee. We got the new rock sliders on there. Sorry about the lighting. It actually worked out really well. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.